everybody.
Oh, welcome.
They shook me. It was a little loud.
It was a little loud. We might have to adjust that a little. Yeah, I was just listening to the sound and going, "Oh, we're live." Okay.
Right?
Hello, everybody. How are you? Here we are.
Oh, good. How are you?
Typical awkward selves.
I am just checking, trying to see.
So we started a Patreon.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Joelle is checking.
Yeah,
right
I was
now.
just trying to see. How do I get to it on here? That's not what I want. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I am
Joelle's
just checking
gonna...
to see if it.
Hi,
You know what?
Joelle.
I was trying to do it on my phone. Let me get over here on the
I told her not to worry
computer. It'll be
about
easier.
numbers at this point, so it really doesn't matter right now. We can check it later, but she's gonna check it anyway because that's how we roll.
Right.
Today, I'll talk about this while she does that. Today, we're doing. We're starting a new series, so spiritual death, rebirth, and timeline series, basically. But today, we're talking about gentle endings, and how we can have done it many times. We have kind of a death and rebirth of ourselves, where we release, kind of an identity of ourselves. And a lot of the time that means we're releasing like beliefs or things that, judgments and, different things that we realize that don't really apply, but we've been carrying it. And it really can shift our behaviors and who we are. And, for me, since I started the spiritual stuff, I just rebrand, which is coming again. Like, I probably rebranded 10 or 15 times. I mean, Spirit calls it my superpower. And I'm like, really? But it's really, those are like deaths and rebirths. Like,
Right.
I go through a period where I'm just like really off and really weird, which I've been doing the last 2 years, and trying to find the footing. And then all of a sudden I shift to working under something else.
Right.
Which also shifts what I do typically a little bit. But, any kind of a big shift for belief systems and working with ourselves, like releasing behaviors, thought processes, shifting those. That's, anyway. That's kind of the gentle death and rebirth, which is what we're talking about today. It isn't always this huge blown up thing. Sometimes it's little subtle things and they build up and then you're like, gosh, I just feel really different.
Right.
So that's kind of where we're going to try to be.
The grief for that part of you too sometimes, because you do change and you're not the same person, and that comes in as well. So it's really
it's sometimes it's hard.
We're not gonna lie, it's hard.
And there's always a period where we're kind of jumping back and forth, like that you're a little bit of that, like you catch yourself doing something that was an old habit.
Right.
It could be judging something or whatever, that you kind of feel like, oh, that hasn't happened in a while. How weird is that? And then you realize, oh, I don't choose that. And then you kind of push yourself back. So we do that too with these things. But they can happen super subtly, or they can happen in a big way.
You keep freezing on me.
I'm freezing?
Yeah, it's my internet. I don't know why. I worked on it. I Reiki'd it. It's just one of those days. But yeah, I'm sorry. I am.
That's okay. Sorry. So we're going to be a little extra weird today because she's not going to hear me and then not see me, and then it's going to confuse her. And she hasn't frozen once yet, so maybe it's mine. I shouldn't be, but I don't know.
I think it's mine because mine's always giving me trouble, and I get confused anyway. It doesn't matter if you freeze or not.
We just run through the world being confused.
Right.
But, hello, Judy.
Hey, everybody. I'm sorry.
Lorelai, Bonnie, Maribel. Thank you guys for coming. We appreciate you very much. Very much. Very, very much.
And it's just because I can't find the live on Patreon. It's driving me nuts. So,
okay, can you let it go, please, honey?
I am. I close it. I let it go. So I'm like, Considering myself
We'll
back
figure it
3 months.
out later. We don't have so we did start a Patreon, and we have a free tier,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna when we have a paid tier, it's just $11, but we'll do deeper stuff in that
right.
paid tier, and we're gonna be offering um, a
Deeper
special live there
healings. Yeah,
on Wednesdays. I think we decided, and every other Wednesday, every 2 weeks.
yeah.
And then we're gonna do card pulls and or
Yeah.
pick a cards and no,
Yeah,
not
it's
pick a
like the
card.
videos where we
The
do the
video,
cards and channel and
yeah.
yeah,
Where we do 1, 2, and 3, and you pick 1, 2, and 3 before we start, that kind of thing.
yeah,
And we'll offer some spiritual posts and
right.
I don't know, you know,
It's a
those
lot of
are
fun.
I don't have it in front of me.
I'm excited about it. I think it's cool. We could
Yeah.
just figure out the lives, but yeah, we'll get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
We'll get it.
we just have to work with it. But it is a new thing for us. So,
Right.
but we are doing that. And well, Joelle has one for Celestial Whispers Healing as well,
Yeah.
where she's working really hard right now, you guys. I'm not. She's doing great.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
gonna catch up at some point, but yeah, she's
Yeah.
really putting
You
in a
got
lot
a
of
lot going on. You got more going on than I do.
no, I
So.
know. That's not true. Anyhow. Okay, we're gonna be really ridiculous today. I'm so sorry, but it's probably gonna be more
But
part of
I
our
bet they make us this ridiculous when we have heavier subjects to talk about
maybe.
to lighten it up. They
Yeah,
kind of do, you
maybe
know.
because it really doesn't have to be a big serious thing. It's really about coming into the understandings of what happens and how we
Right,
change and understanding that we have kind of choices, where we
right,
really feel like in life we don't have a lot of choices because things are just reactive and
right.
we
You
we
can
get
feel it in your
overwhelmed.
body beforehand, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
We get
that's
overwhelmed with what's going on in the world and we don't realize that we can choose to step back from that and it doesn't it doesn't change anything.
no,
Us being upset or really drawn into things doesn't help us
right.
at all.
And
And
it's
it took
so it's not funny, but it's like that's all the messages coming through lately.
yeah,
It's just it's okay to be upset, but just step back. Don't get pulled into it and stay there. And yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah, it's important to see it and to honor how you feel about it, but then to move out of it. And to, let it do its thing.
right.
Anyhow, that's
And
not what we're talking about today. But I guess it
all
is.
right, but Lady Nada keeps looking at me, so I think she's ready to come through. She's like, "We're goofed off enough," so or
Maybe
mainly
not
me, not
you
you.
guys.
But
All right.
yeah, it was fun. I did a channel for her for our awkward channel in Patreon today, and I was thanking her for coming in. She's like, "Oh, I'll be back later." So it's like, yay!
Yeah.
She was expanded heart. That's what she's wanting to come in to help us with our self love, mainly, is what I'm getting and
Yeah.
learning to love who we are becoming and who we were. And
Yeah.
I love her energy. So
Yeah, she's really
it's
yeah.
awesome.
In the other deck, she's Heart Awakening, so she's really love based and really heart
Yeah.
based.
And she had me grab my big old rose quartz.
Or yep.
Okay, so let's see. Yes, my lovelies. We know that growth can be painful, but you do not have to sit there. That is why we come in and we are going to help with releasing the ties to who you used to be. And it is true what they said. You do grieve for the old you at times, even though you may not realize it in your mind, your body does. And we're here to help you accept the fact that you are so worthy of self love and love for others. Stop pouring yourself into others and neglecting yourself as well, because you need to bring in that self love. And by doing that, you bring in the self-care. You take the time for yourself to not necessarily pamper, but hey, if that's what you want to do, then do it. It's the things that make you feel good. Take deep breaths, take time for yourself to just sit back and relax and have moments of peace every day. That is so important and it is often overlooked. It does not matter if you, especially if you have children, if you have to hide in the bathroom and just breathe and just let your mind clear. You will see a tremendous change in yourself as well. But we are really here to help you with the self love, the heart expansion, the heart awakening, to help you bring in that self love for yourself and to help you realize I do deserve this. You are worthy of the love that you give others. You are worthy of receiving it as well. So please just sit back, take in a few breaths, and allow this transmission to come through for you and into your heart. Mayani ati amayasi atake amayani. Unatete amayasi atake amayani. Umanatatake amayasi. Umayatake amayasi atake amayani atate. Atatake amayasi ananate. Umatatake amayasi ananate. Umayatatake amayasi ananay ate amayaki. Just imagine the rose colored light surrounding you, hugging you, and bringing in all the love you have ever desired. Anate amayasi atake amayani atatake. Atatatake amayasi atake amayani ateyata. Umayasi atake amayani atake. Umayasi atake amayani atake amayi. Umayasi atake amayani atake. And it's also important for you to love the aspects of yourself that in the past you have not liked so much, because that aspect has brought you to where you are today. So you have to give them love as well. Mayati atake amayasi anayate apaki atete amayasi. Umayateke amayani atake amayasi. Umayateke amayanai atake. And we also ask that not only look at the past you, but the people of your past with love, because they also helped you to grow into who you are today. Miyatake amayasi ananatake amayati amake asi atatake. Tatatake. Please do not look at your past with regret. Look at it with love because it shaped you and helped you grow. Amayasi atate amayaki ananayata. Matatake amayasi atatake amayati anayayatake. And you can call me in. If you have a rose quartz such as this, you can call me in to fill it with the love that you need, and you can hold it to your heart and feel it anytime you wish. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Felt
Wow.
great once I opened to it. Took me a minute.
Oh, excuse me.
I
That
like that. Call her in and have her charge your rose quartz to the way that you need, what you need from it, and hold it close, and
I
that's
don't.
beautiful.
I'm hot and have chills at the same time.
Yeah,
But
this is a
yeah,
really
that was Oh,
high
wow.
energy. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
loved how she said to send love to the parts of us that we might resent, regret, whatever. That's
I think it's really
so
important that we see the value, and that helps us with that whole grieving that part of us. Like, if we can see the value of like, I totally see the value of my rage-filled self that spent so
right.
many years in control of my life. I totally see the value of that. I see how it got me through things. I see
Yeah,
how, do I wish there could have been another way? Absolutely. But with the people who
right,
were around me, there probably wasn't,
right,
and she's such a valuable part of me. And in one of my kind of death rebirths, I had to really remove her. Like, I
right,
had to ban her from behaving at all. And
right,
that was an interesting struggle. But then I had to work to bring that back in because she's a valuable part. Anger is not a bad thing,
right.
but you being in it all the time is. So it's really
Excuse me.
interesting. Oh, I like that. Alex, constantly sending Reiki and love to her past self.
That's
Yes, it's
great.
so important.
Yeah,
So important. And connecting with them. Like, I teach people to connect with those parts,
right,
and hear them out and understand, just to get a better understanding about, who we are.
right.
But, every time we heal one of those aspects and bring
Yeah,
them in a different way, it's a whole new experience for us
yeah.
in who we are in the world. What are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing. I'm
Okay.
laughing at myself because I am. She's got me just. You thought I was awkward before.
She's yeah.
She was
So
strong. It was like,
yeah.
whew, my brain's mush. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, truthfully, I mean, how much can we really say about this particular topic? Just that,
Right.
you know, we we as humans, we shift and we change all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes we shift and change for like a year and we're shifting and changing, and then all of a sudden we realize, oh, like this all of these new understandings just kind of hit.
Right.
And to me, that's the rebirth. Like, when you have all those new understandings hit and then you integrate them into how you're living, it's
Yeah.
like you're a whole different person. And you can look back and be like, oh, wow, like a month ago, I had the same situation and this is not how I dealt with it. And you
Right.
can really see how
How
things
much?
have changed. And
Yeah.
to me, those are just rebirths.
Right.
Um, and
Never really looked at it like that. That's pretty good.
I do see him. I see things kind of uniquely, guys. But, I do think that there's so many
Right.
ways that if we're working with our shadow work, like we talked about recently,
Yeah.
that is one of the things that really moves us along. And we're jumping timelines all the time.
Yeah.
So as we release denseness, we can jump to a new timeline and have no idea we've done it.
Right.
No idea. But then things
Not
start shifting
always
and changing.
dramatic. It could be like, "Oop."
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like all of a sudden things are flowing better. Like, it doesn't have to be, oh, wow, my whole house is different. Like, it doesn't have to be that, right?
Right.
It's really step by step by step. And I think we do that because as humans, I don't think we could do a huge
Oh,
one time jump of, oh, look, I'm ascended now. Here I am. We have to stage it out. Like, it's
right.
just how it works.
Right.
Um, so,
And I don't think have we talked about getting out of survival mode?
oh, no, not really.
About how what a change that can be too, because that's kind of what I'm struggling with now is getting out of survival mode into I can't stand calm because I'm like, okay, what's coming next?
Yes. I
And
used to
it's
be that way
and
too.
I know that I'm safe and I don't have to walk on eggshells
But
anymore
not all
because
of
that
you knows it.
person isn't here. But yeah, it's like it's
Yeah.
it's a
It's big.
it's a
It
transition. Yeah, it
Yeah.
takes a lot of getting used to, and it's like we
Yeah.
were talking earlier. When I'm calm, when the house is calm, I'm tense, even though I know I shouldn't be,
Yeah.
or not that I shouldn't be, but it's
Well, I
just
mean, you
that
should be just
reaction,
because your life has been what it's been, but
right?
that's the time where we say, "Oh, wait a minute, I feel
Oh,
unsafe." Okay, I understand that, right? And we work that piece and we say,
right,
but I am safe. Look around. This
Yeah.
is my house. This is my, like if you just start touching things and talking about
Right.
it may help. It took me a long time to get to
Right.
that point. I had a very loud brain. I had my mother's words repeating at every moment. And we were talking about this before, and I'm like, it really took me 10 years to pull it off,
Yeah.
to get to where maybe it's a little less than that, but to get to where my mind was quiet and I felt peaceful within and I wasn't afraid. Because I used to call it the baseball bat that was around the corner, which is kind of how I used to refer to my
Right.
mother. Just never knew what was coming next,
Mm,
and that's how that was just one of the
yeah.
things I used to say to myself. I was like, "Oh, there's a baseball bat coming around that corner somewhere. What's going on?" You
Right.
know, like, 'cause I could feel, the energy shifting.
Yeah.
So you have to realize that in those moments when you're doing that, when you're moving through what you're moving through, you gotta tell yourself how safe you are. You gotta
Right.
talk about it. You can
Yeah.
even talk to yourself about what's not safe, right?
Right. Right.
So if so and so was here, I wouldn't feel safe,
Right.
and that would be
It's like
okay.
I don't have. There's not going to be a big explosion, if I say the wrong thing. It's yeah. That's
Yeah,
what.
yeah, yeah. The letting go of the walking on eggshells, which, a lot of that is also a death and rebirth, but it's also
Right.
tied what they call shadow work, right?
Right.
It's understanding the self. And I really think, to be honest, I really think that all of this is just a continual process
Yeah.
of more deeply understanding yourself, your core self, really. We're getting more and more in touch as we get in touch with these pieces. We move more into our core self, which is where we come into a death and rebirth, and a
Right.
death and rebirth, and a death and rebirth. It can happen over and over
Right.
again, slowly. I really do feel like that's just, I mean, it's always what it's come back to, anyone I'm
Right.
working with, is it's about understanding your truest part of yourself
Right.
more and being there for yourself. And that does really move us into different timelines and
Yeah.
different behaviors and different wants. And maybe we discover what our dreams actually are, and maybe we didn't know before, you
Right.
know, like that's kind of all part of it to me, anyhow.
Oh, that makes perfect sense to me too. Yeah.
But it also feels off topic, so I'm not really sure
Oh, yeah. I mean,
why.
no, it blends in. Yeah.
But it's all part of
That's
it.
what
I think
the rebirth. I mean, you have different dreams and stuff, or you
mhm.
uncover the dreams that you didn't realize because you've hidden them. You
They
know.
deepen, they get bigger, right? Like,
Mhm.
and they start to come true. Like, you realize there's actually a possibility of
Right.
those being a reality rather than a dream, and that is with each, rebirth,
Right.
you know? Each time we shift something big,
Right.
really, to me. Alright, I feel like I'm not sure how much
Right.
more we have to say about it, honestly, but I did um, get a card today that Saint Germain may want to come through, and his card is from Keepers of the Light, and it's karma releasing. I use his violet flame all the time. So I'm gonna pull him in, and let's just see if he has something to say
I
on
think he's
this.
you too.
I have this odd feeling of less than confident. I don't know why. It's weird. Oh, yes, that is the energy of me being present with you that is making you feel that. It is not anxiety, it's just a shift in vibration. We're going to take a second and raise your vibration up, and it will make it easier for us to communicate. We love this topic. We love this topic today because it is showing that there are many steps to what you guys are calling a rebirth or a death. There are many steps, and they are steps upward. They are not steps sideways or not steps down. They're steps upward where you're holding more light. You're deepening your understandings of many, many things and mostly of yourself. And this is highly important at this time. And each of you here, each of you watching this, each of you, whether they are seeing it now as it's live or you're seeing it later, this is where you are. You are stepping up every moment that you choose something happier, every moment that you recognize something within you that you don't understand, and you take the moment, you take the time to understand it, to really dip in, that is moving you upward in a sense. And what we mean by upward is it's releasing the lower heavy vibrations, which allows more of your own true light to come in to your experience, which eventually changes things. And that's where you have the rebirth, where all of a sudden you're seeing things differently. You're seeing them deeper. You're seeing them more open. You're judging less. You're seeing understanding for those who aren't doing those things to change. Your compassion levels raise. There is so many things that happen, and it's really deeply about you understanding your true path. And as you move through those difficulties and as you shift your beliefs, as you take the time to look at your beliefs and where did they come from, these are all things that walk you right into a rebirth, right into a timeline shift, which is something you all do often. You don't always see proof of it, but you shift back and forth a lot. And if there are times that you can, how do I put it? Dip down. That you dip down into your previous behavior, and then you can really feel a change where you're not as happy, you're not as light filled, you're not as easy. Things are not as easy. And then you realize, oh, that's not how I want to be. And then you immediately jump right back to that higher timeline. There is no doubt about that. And each of you is working many of those aspects. Sometimes you're aware, sometimes you're not. But we just encourage you to continue that path, to be open to the rebirth, to be open to a deeper understanding of your beautiful selves, because each of you are very light filled beings who have knowledge and wisdom to share. Each of you, even if you're not feeling it at this time. This was something I really wanted to share with you all today. Would also like to offer a bit of an attunement to those pieces of you, an attunement to awareness that you are shifting or that you are who you are. So I'm going to offer some of that here now for you. We bring you love. You are a loved, supported being of light. And you can anchor more and more of this light into your experience here in whatever way you choose. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you for coming in.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I love that at the end. As soon as you started, I started yawning.
I was doing that when you were doing it too.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much. I love him.
Yeah, yeah, I was feeling his energy. I didn't realize that's what was happening. So I
Yeah.
was like, all of a sudden I was like, totally full of anxiety. And he's like, yeah, no, that's not what that is. But I got all weird tingly when he was
Yeah.
raising the vibration. So it's very interesting.
That's how
Anyhow,
Metatron used to do me. I would like feel like I'm having an anxiety attack until I realized, oh, it's you. Oh,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
right.
Alex, they really do validate
Right.
so many things like that. Like we are doing things and we don't have any idea that we
Right.
are, actually fulfilling something
Right.
that our soul is wishing for. But I do, what's one of the reasons I like the channeling? Like they really do come through and say things to us
Right.
that really help that you're not faltering in some way.
Right.
Because as humans, we judge things and we're unsure. It's just a state of, how we live
Right.
here. So I hope you guys have found this somewhat helpful. I mean, I know we're kind of a hot mess again today, and I guess hot mess is just how we're going to be for a while. I
I
have
think
been
they
a hot
want
mess
us
in
to
my
be like that. I swear I do, because every time I sit down to try and like, okay, what are we gonna do? It's like, oh no, you're not. It's
No, we talked like 40 minutes and we never really got to the crux of it. And I was like, all right, I guess we're just winging it again. It's just what we do. I think it's just who we are. And we really just need to stop judging it and accept it, right?
right,
Like,
right,
you know, I think y'all know, everyone here has been here before. I
right,
think they understand that we are just who we are.
right. And I always hear you're awkward for a reason, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
you say so.
Yeah. Well, we would like to be more organized, but it doesn't seem to be on our plate for
No,
that. But, we really do appreciate each of you being
oh,
here
yes, we
and
do.
sharing your energy with us in this space. And um,
Thank you for always being here, not just today, but all
yeah,
the time.
yeah, yeah, we really do appreciate it very much. Um, unless somebody has questions, I'm not sure. We are awkward too. That's why we like you.
Right,
Thank you. I know. That's what it is. We're just talking to our people.
right.
We're goofy, whatever.
Yeah. It's
Thank
like,
you.
who was it? I can't remember who it was I channeled. Said it's not about the quantity of people, it's the quality. You reach the people that
Yeah,
you can relate to. So I was
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah. That
I like,
makes sense. And that's
yeah,
always been my take. Like, I'm always like, I'm not running around looking for business all the time
right,
because I know Spirit's going to bring them to me. But then they once in a while are like, well, if you share things, maybe people will know you're doing it. And I'm like,
right.
oh, they're like, give us some content to be able to like put in front of people. And I was like, oh, we had that conversation recently. They're like, you going to share anything? Yeah.
Right.
Mere oversight that I am not.
Right.
So funny. I love you.
Thank you.
Uh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Life's too
Okay.
short to be serious, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Instead of dead air, I guess we're just gonna be
I know, my
thank
brain's
you.
still fried
And
from Lady Nada. I'm sorry. It's just I know I'm sitting here like, yeah,
I think I'm gonna make a point here. I think we are all witnessing Joelle's birth.
yeah,
I think Joelle is moving through so many things right now. And one of the reasons I think they wanted us to talk about this is that we would bring through the right stuff to help her, honestly.
I love that, but I just wish they would quit kicking my ass with it. Like, I was like, please just let me come up and breathe for a minute. But it's like, I'll get through one thing and it's like, oh, okay. And then they're like, nope, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it works. Yeah.
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 Like, oh, shit.
I'm kind of grateful that I did a lot of that rebirthing stuff without the channeling, because without this kind of channeling, because it can be a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think that they know that Joelle's a little more stubborn than some of other people, and that they have to just be on her. But I think you're also fast tracking a rebirth right now. I'm
Yeah.
slow tracking one. It's been going on since we moved.
Yeah.
We're over 2 years now, and at some point it's coming because I can feel it, but,
Yeah.
we're just growing and shifting and changing, and these poor people have to witness it. But we can do what we're doing and do it, right?
Right.
So understand that it isn't something you can't do.
Right.
So Anyhow, all right, we've tried to end this 4 times. I'm gonna go. Love you guys, and we appreciate you being here for our
Be
silly
back
selves.
next week with the card pulls of messages, and we won't be so awkward then, maybe.
Probably will.
I doubt it, but yeah, we will be.
We appreciate you.
Thank
So we'll
y'all.
see you